The tour through the Great White North continues for the All Elite Wrestling roster. I'm John Renton with my review of AEW Dynamite from Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Where is Rogers Place? I don't know. It could be just down that lane, just down that street. Maybe it's Mr. Rogers' place. Won't you be my neighbor? I think a few of the fans should have called their neighbors and their friends. Have gotten more people in the building. 6,000 people, more or less, according to WrestleTix on Twitter. They're pretty accurate about this. In a 20,000 seat arena where the Edmonton Oilers play, and they are so fucking crazy, and they're icing every day. Yeah, maybe if they had called more people, they could have gotten 10,000 people there instead of 6,000, even if they were only using half the goddamn arena. That's not good. They should have planned this tour through Canada a little bit better. Nevertheless, there were a few decent moments on the show, and then other things that simply existed. So, earlier in the day, Keith Lee and Darby were backstage. Darby says, "Keith, I know you don't want to team with Swerve. You could do this on your own, going down the only road you've ever known and being the limitless one you will walk alone. And you know what you've done, and you could hit your BBC and get one win again." I don't know what I'm on about, really. Darby basically says, just do something about it, kid. Just be yourself. Be all you can be. And then Keith basically says, motivational. Stupid, but motivational. Anyway, Darby and Orange Cassidy against Keith Lee and Swerve. Blind Eliminator Queeful Lottery tournament match thing. Good God, I hated the Lethal Lottery when they did it in WCW, and I don't really... I understand what they're trying to do here, but this just kind of feels like they're spinning their wheels. So, Keith and Swerve they have this feud going that seemingly they've just given up on. I mean, anytime they seem like they're doing something with it, it's like, oh, we just forget that it happened for like 3 months, and wait, these guys, had something happen back when Keith Lee returned in February, and we are in July. They need to follow up on shit better. Okay, so can they get along before they get it on? Darby flew for Keith Lee. And then Orange Cassidy came in and reminded, look, I'm just going to say it. For everybody that likes Orange Cassidy, that's fine. You can like him all you want. He's an embarrassment to me, and this is instantly when I said, no, I'm not going to. He pisses me off. To me, he's not a wrestler. He's a joke. But again, you guys can like him all you want. Darby got the Last Supper trap pin on Swerve 1, 2, 3. That was 20 minutes, and Orange Cassidy basically stunk the joint out because he's not a fucking wrestler. And then a pre-tape on Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne is coming to All Elite Wrestling. And this is about Darby knowing Nick Wayne since he was 8, trained at the Buddy Wayne Academy. The good Buddy Wayne in the Pacific Northwest, not the one in Memphis. Read up about Buddy Wayne in Memphis, and you will feel some cold steel, or at least want to grip some cold steel, and go maybe dig up his goddamn grave and piss on it. Not the Pacific Northwest Buddy Wayne. Tremendous individual from what I understand, and was really, really gracious and great as far as training people. And Darby, offered Nick Wayne a contract once Nick Wayne turned 18. And I'm going to say right now, really, really quickly, I've talked about him maybe in other videos, and I've met Nick Wayne multiple times at indie shows. Not at every single indie show. Wasn't able to see him all the time on the Pacific Northwest scene. Wasn't able to see him at Too Many to 5 shows, but I was able to see him from almost the beginning of his career at a now defunct promotion Without a Cause that was based out of Everett. Nick has improved dramatically. He clearly loves wrestling. He's humble, great to talk to, super personable. I've had long chats with the guy. Very, very smart kid. He's great to me and my best friend Chris, aka the Durbinator. And has only gotten better. And the best part about Nick Wayne is he wants to learn, and he has learned. And I'm looking forward to seeing what else he can do. The only thing standing in Nick Wayne's way, that is hard to say, is time. He's going to need time to grow up, and stature-wise, all that. He's going to get better. I love Nick Wayne. I can't wait to see what he does on an AEW stage. He has worked super hard. He's very athletic, and sky's the limit for this kid. Sky's truly the limit. I can't wait to see him face Swerve at on Dynamite next week. That's certainly going to be interesting, and I hope that the Canadian crowd there gives Nick Wayne a big old welcome. And this was a good pre-tape from Darby. This was good stuff, and it was nice to see some Defy footage on AEW programming. And Shivani is with Jack Perry, and he's ready to face Hook. He's going to go to Tony Khan's office, and then Hook blindsides him, and then Jack Perry jumps back in, and Hook throws him at the vehicle as it speeds away. This all happened in 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds at the most. MJF and Cole are in the gym to bond, and then MJF mocks a really, really big guy that's working out. Let's not do that. Let's motivate people. If they are there because they want to improve their life, let's do that. And Cole can bench a lot, and MJF's all surprised because he made fun of his diminished physique. What the fuck? And then Caster mocks the Wildfires, Trudeau and Brownface and stuff, and that's funny. See, that's funny stuff. And then the Acclaimed and Billy took on the Bollywood Boys and Blade. The crowd loved the Acclaimed because everybody loves the Acclaimed. We get three-way scissoring and a mic drop, 1, 2, 3. It went through a break. It wasn't a bad match. There just isn't anything of note. Why is this discount Vegas waitress on a wrestling program? I don't care if she's nice or not. Holly, Harley, Holy, I don't care. I don't understand why this is happening. This QTV stuff is bad. She's doing Stacy Keibler's Miss Hancock gimmick, except Stacy Keibler had charisma and screen presence. Not the, charisma of a goddamn flattened chickpea. She's got a video for them next week. Why? Who asked for this? So anyway, Billy basically has 2 words for her. Suck it. Ha ha ha. And then we get clips of Eddie Kingston beating Kenta for the Strong Open Weight Championship at New Japan Strong's Independence Day, Night 2. Julia apparently beat Willow Nightingale for the Strong Women's Championship. That's good. More Julia making U.S. dates would be good. What I have seen of her, oh boy howdy. And Willow deserves to be featured properly by AEW, and I hope they take advantage of the fact that she had that shocking win against Mercedes Moné when Mercedes busted her ankle, and Willow was a champion, even if only for about, just under 2 months. That's fine. She's still going to be the first. Can't take that away. And let's hope that Willow gets featured properly. Have her win the Owen Hart Women's Tournament. And then we get Moxley, who's talking about we need to leave the past behind, like Rocky V. I can't unhear it, folks. I can't unhear it. Talks about Eddie Kingston. We need to leave the past behind, look forward to the future. We're accomplishing everything that we set out to do. And it was what it was. Also, Danielson and Kingston are out of blood and guts. Danielson because of the fractured forearm, and Kingston because he's competing in the G1. You know what? That's good because I would rather see Kingston compete in the G1 instead of a overly long cage match that I'm afraid is going to feature too many spots. So, Renee is with Matt Hardy and RJ City. More balls being picked for the Queeful Lottery, and Matt's going to team up with Jeff Jarrett. Stop having Jeff Jarrett in the ring, please. This has been a failed experiment. Even though he can still work, this is a bad idea. This is a really bad idea. Now we get a package on Omega and Yuta for the main event tonight. Jericho comes out to a big pop because Canada. He talks about wanting to be more motivated, and being in Edmonton, he's going to be more motivated even though he's from Winnipeg, you idiots. And he's talking about being the best Chris Jericho. Well, yeah, okay. You need to go back about 15 years at least. And 15 years might even be generous, honestly. You probably have to go back almost 20. But wrestling is everything to him. Sure it is. That's why you skinned a disco ball and made a jacket out of it. And then Callis is here to a lot of boos, a lot of fuck you Callis chants. And basically he mentions, I called you about Wrestle Kingdom 12. You made history. And if had it not been for me, you might not be here. AEW wouldn't be here. These fans wouldn't be here. And then Jericho says, well, I got you back into wrestling, so you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. And Callis wants Jericho to join him. And Jericho says, I have one word for you, maybe. Okay. A Punk Joe pre-tape. If I didn't spend too much time on that, it's because I'm kind of over Jericho and I'm definitely over Callis. The Punk Joe pre-tape. Punk has never beaten Samoa Joe. Watch it still be the case. Punk will probably win, but will be so beaten down that Powerhouse Willa Hobbs will probably beat him. Or we get Ricky Starks versus Punk. I would like to see that. Punk versus Hobbs, Punk versus Starks, I would like to see. I would be for that. And Roderick Strong is his next all fuck. Cole checks on him and basically says, oh, MJF's talking about doing a double clothesline spot. MJF then does his entrance and points to Adam Cole because it's all about the boom, Adam Cole, baby. And he was doing stuff for his entrance. It was kind of entertaining. Actually, it was pretty entertaining. MJF and Cole were doing the best they could with this very goofy stuff. Butcher and Daddy Magic were their opponents. The Blind Eliminator, Queeful Lottery, quarterfinal, mad, whatever. It's Cole's birthday, so we're saying happy birthday. But can they get along before they get on? MJF wanted him to do an abdominal stretch hold job, and then he's like, hey, do it. And then at one point he's like, why'd you let go? And then he got hip tossed, and MJF got beat up for a bit. And then he hit Butcher's cleaver. Ow, I need that to piss. And then Cole gets tagged. And then MJF is calling for a double clothesline spot after some kicks. But nope, lowered the boom kick. 1, 2, 3. And MJF promo, he actually praises Edmonton and says, hey, Adam Cole, it was good stuff and everything. But wait, one more thing. Happy birthday. And then streamers. A lot of streamers. And then MJF had streamers all over him like he was Rocky Maivia at Survivor Series 96. Tell me you didn't see that. Or maybe I'm just weird. But anyway, nevertheless, he does some good stuff. He does some good stuff here. MJF can do the comedy. I admit that some of this stuff might have been silly, but you know what? It works, even though the obvious conclusion is that MJF is going to screw over Adam Cole in the finals, and then we're going to get that eventual match, probably at All In or All Out, because by that point, because it's going to be after Blood and Guts, you got enough time to push it along to that. I don't know if it's necessarily something that people want to see it all out, but in Chicago, they could be pretty happy about that. Hey, All In might want to see MJF and Adam Cole. And then MJF surprises them with a whole bunch of stuff. Party favors, including a cake. And then they had the party hats on. Cole appreciates it. And then Cole's makes a wish and is going to have his face in the cake. But no, MJF gets spun around and has his face in the cake. And he's all happy and everything and all goopy. And it's Maxwell jelly frosting. Gross. Why am I like this? And then he says, Max, I appreciate it. Max, thank you, my friend. And there we go. And then Renee's with Britt to hype up facing Ruby. Hands up if you forgot they actually had championships for the Owen Hart men's and women's tournaments. I forgot. Jericho might be splitting the group up. Good. If that means that these people can, do something else, that would be better. Garcia and Sammy apparently got selected for the Blind Eliminator Queeful Lottery Tournament. Good, I guess. Britt versus Ruby with Tony and the Slinky-Necked Idiot. Owen Hart, look out, first round match, and my God. They tried wrestling and then it just dissolved into bullshit. This was awkward and weird. Britt has really regressed. Ruby doesn't seem to give a fuck. The interference pretty much ruined this whole damn thing. Britt kicked out of a belt shot and the kick, the Riot kick, or whatever the hell they call it, the No Future, actually, because she's not Ruby Riot. Check out Nyla Rose's Twitter for all the stuff that she's saying about Ruby. And then a roll-up with the hand assistant, and Tony's holding outside, and the referee apparently has no vision. 1, 2, 3. It was garbage. It was really garbage. They announced a bunch of matches for Rampage. I'm saying right now, before I get into the main event, that I'm not going to watch, or I'm not going to review Rampage anymore. I'm just not going to do it. I don't get that much material out of it. For an hour-long show, I'm lucky if I get 7 to 8 minutes for a review. There's no point. There's no goddamn point. So I may watch some stuff on occasion. If there is a big event, then maybe I'll watch if people really do demand it. But other than that, probably not. Same with NXT and same with a couple other things. I'm going to cut down on some shit, and I'm going to, supplement it with old wrestling or movies. And I've just had it with bad stuff. Speaking of bad stuff, Omega versus Yuta. I understand what they were going for is because Yuta pinned Omega, and that's fine. And there are people that like Omega, that's fine. Yuta looks like a Mushroom Kingdom guard that has anemia issues. and referee Rick Knox. And while they laid shit in and tried to do stuff, I can't. Rick Knox got distracted by a shiny object, seemingly, and Callis was there. We get Konosuke Takeshita attacking Omega, and somehow that doesn't end. Doesn't end with Yuta getting the victory. No, One Wing Angel 1, 2, 3, and then Claudio and more people like the Dark Order and the Elite and the Dark Order stopping Hangman from using a chair, and they ran out of time, even with the overrun. We'll see you this weekend for the Royal Rumble, and that's pretty much it for Dynamite. Let me know your thoughts on Dynamite in the comments. Please like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. More Dark Order Elite stuff. Great. Just what I didn't need on a wrestling program. Anyway, I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.